Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about Throne and Liberty, and when you get stuck at a certain level because you need to do and get to a certain level to get the next adventure codex, the next chapter of the main story. And I'm going to talk about everything that you can do and how you do it, etc. Before I get into it though, I'm giving away some Lucent 1000 Lucent in-game currency. You can get both battle passes or buy whatever you want to within the game. So hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll pick a winner very soon. And if people enjoy this and like it and are interested, I might do some bigger giveaways in the future. So let's talk about it. The stories get locked at chapter 5. You could do the main story up to chapter 5, but then you get hit with a bottleneck. I personally didn't, but I know a lot of people do. I think it's around level 21 to 23 to get to chapter 5. But I'm now stuck at chapter 6 because it needs me to get to level 28. And as you can see up here, I'm only level 26. So it gives you a whole bunch of things that you should be doing. And I'm going to kind of break them down and explain to you what they are. But first and foremost, if you don't see any kind of, let me just get these off the screen, any kind of indication over here, so I've got here chapter 6. If this isn't here for you, you need to go into your content notifications, open up this box, go to your main story quests, find it, and then tick it, because if I untick it, it disappears. I know a few people have been like, oh, there's nothing for me to do now, I've got no story quest. It's because it's in your quest log but not marked, and for some reason the game just unmarks them without you even knowing. This will then give you all the things that you need to do, right? And then you just go and follow them and do them, but I'm going to explain to you what they are. And first and foremost, we're going to talk about contracts. So every kind of town has a contract manager. I have just picked up all my contracts. Ooh, I don't want to I don't want to teleport. I've just picked up all my contracts, and when you do, they'll be marked on your thing like this. You go to a contract manager after doing a couple of quests, and he offers you things like this, right? They give you 5,000 XP, 20,000 coins, some contract coins, and activity points and stuff. So these are just things you're going to get, but it's the XP you're interested in. Now, 5,000 isn't a dramatic amount, but it's fairly easy to do. So I'm going to get 25,000 off these contracts, maybe like 26, 27,000 towards my 100,000 to get to the next level. So it's not difficult to do this, and it's just kind of like doing it alongside everything else you're doing. Now, contracts are a bit crazy and a bit weird because they're all over the place and it doesn't really explain it, but you get a reward for abyssal contract token points, and these are needed for something else we're going to do to get XP as well. So you kind of have to do contracts to get the XP off it, but also these will count to more XP in another event that we're going to talk about in a second. So contract rights, basically when you pick one up, it costs 1 contract right. I currently have 20 out of 60. You can only carry 5 at a time. Once I've completed these 5, I can do another 5 to get more XP and more of these tokens, but you can only hold 5 at a time. Every time you take one, this goes down. Every day you get 10 points added to the contract rights. So every day you'll be able to do 10 contracts if you've got 0 contract rights whatsoever. I would always use these contracts at your latest village, so that make sure you're getting the maximum amount of XP and gold and stuff. So for me, Vienta village is the current one. So I will do 5 of these. I'll get 25,000 XP. I'll get, a whole bunch of these tokens, and these tokens are very important for the next thing that we're going to talk about. So do your contracts, get those rewards. Then we go up here to the right, abyssal contract tokens. This can be used within dungeons to acquire EXP and gold bonuses from the monsters. So this is how you're going to get your XP to level up. You're going to go and do these dungeons. However, what I will say is I've used all mine, but you'll get a little icon similar to this in here, and you use them, and what it will do is it will add onto this. You can have 20,000 max. So if you've got 10 100 point abyssal contract tokens, it will add them in up to the tune of 1,000. Sometimes you can get 1,000 contract tokens and then you can add it on there. When you are in a dungeon fighting, it will start to tick down. Every enemy you kill will take some contract tokens away from you. So once you run out of contract tokens, you won't be getting that bonus EXP. So you need to be doing the contracts to get the tokens to get the XP from the dungeons. So it tells me here, remaining abyssal contract token 7740, which is the same up here. I click Silius's Abyss and it takes me to the area on the map where I need to be. So if I teleport to here and go in here and do I think it's floor 1 to floor 2, I'll get a whole bunch of extra XP because I've got these tokens ready to go. Similar to that, there are dimensional contract tokens, which we're going to talk about too. But essentially, you want to do contracts to get XP off the contracts, to get the tokens, to use the tokens to be able to go into the dungeon and get extra XP. The dimensional contract tokens work similarly, but you don't get XP and gold, you just get rewards, which makes you stronger to be able to do the dungeons. So it's kind of all hand in hand. You don't necessarily need to do the dimensional contract tokens ones, but it does help. So Spectre's Abyss is over here in the co-op dungeon where you have to play with other people. If you can't just click it, you want to go into your menu, go to co-op dungeon, click it and go. Over here it says complete the objective in the dimensional circle to earn contract tokens and then exchange them for rewards, and they get replenished as well every day. I haven't really went in and done this, so I don't know the true extent of this, but essentially that's, you know, how it works. Then we have adventure codexes. So this is basically your side quests. So if I click this, it'll open it up. If you can't click it, you need to go into your menu, go to codex, switch from adventure to exploration, and it essentially tells you and shows you what you're missing. So I have completed Golden Rye Pastures, I've done all the side quests. Windhill Shores, I've only done one of them, so I can go to Windhill Shores and I can finish up all those quests. They only give a tiny amount of XP, but they're just there to be done. So, you know, if you're bored of grinding dungeons and stuff and you just want something else to do, you can do these codexes. I don't know whether you get like a huge boost in XP for finishing one, because it doesn't really tell you on here, but you do also get rewards as well, like grow stones, which you can use to obviously make yourself stronger. All of these get more XP the higher the level. So you can see over here, if I go to do the nesting grounds, I'm getting 3,615 per side quest. So this here adds up to what, 10,000, 13,000 XP to do 3 quick little side missions. You know, it's telling me to go to the Monolith Waylands, which I haven't got to yet, but I'm sure it'll probably be about 5,000 XP for each quest as well, because that's what I get for the contracts. So it's another way to level up. You know, I'd just go back and do all these at some point. They're only easy and less XP, but you know, this is how you do it. So you run these exploration codexes to get XP and little boosts to growth and stuff. Then you go and do your contracts, which, you know, if I click here on the map, you can see that they're all usually close together. So I go from Vienta Village just outside here and I hit all these up, and I'll do probably like 4 out of 5 of these missions, because one of them I think is over the other side. So very easy, quick contracts to do to get a whole bunch of XP. Go do the codexes, then use all your tokens within the co-op dungeons or the dungeons. I think these are just called dungeons. Yeah, so then you get XP from killing everything in there, and that's how you build up your XP to get to the next levels to be able to continue your main story. So I hope that made sense. It's a lot, there's a lot of complex things here all working at the same time, but I really do hope it helps you understand it a little bit better. Thank you for watching. I've been easynow. You guys have been awesome.